Coming up on 2 Week to Write.
Lucy Gervais, at the Lucy Gervais Show, joins Team David to read a multinational heist adventure.
Before you continue shit on our friendship, let me introduce the podcast. Because we're going to get this thing fucking going before David falls asleep here. This old man past his bedtime.
Wait, are we doing the whole podcast, or are we just talking about like the podcast concept?
Oh, we're doing the podcast. You're going to read a script. Can you read? Is literacy
I like
required?
how this is how good we are at hosting. When we bring a guest on, they're like, wait, this is just like a quick call to talk about the concept, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Lucy, the look in your eyes is like,
Christ.
fuck, I have to perform anymore, guys?
If you stay ready, you don't have to get ready.
Yeah.
I was
You're always
born on
ready,
stage.
baby.
My dad was a really bad driver, could not get to the hospital. I was born in a playhouse.
And that's where he decided to crash into, of all
And
places. I know drunk
playhouse.
driving isn't easy, but like
Guys,
all
these
places.
riffs are rock solid.
These rock solid riffs, I can't even stand up because I would keep falling on these riff on the riffery of it all.
God. Welcome to 2 Week to Write, the podcast where two people, both named David, try their best to write a script as much of one as they can in a 2-week period. I'm David Lonstein, head writer of the TV show Frasier with a J. With me, as always, is David Hernan, head writer of nothing, because I have not given him a title of a script yet. And with us this week is the lovely, phenomenal Lucy Gervais.
Thank you for having me.
Of course, person who has done things that they can promote themselves, because I don't have a list to read off of.
Okay, wow. What haven't I done? I've done stand-up comedy for mostly free for almost 8 years now. Have a podcast that is about to stop being a podcast.
So tune in.
Yeah, exactly.
What is it becoming?
Is
Is it stopping to nothing, or you're like it's now going to be an interpretive dance?
Yeah.
On podcast,
so it started off as a live show, and then when COVID happened, it became a podcast. And now that COVID is, people are getting vaccinated. Now it's going to be an interpretive dance. We're going to get the people together on this.
You're like the comedy Bang Bang de Quebec. Yeah. You're a TV show. Or
Comedy de Bang Bang local.
Phenomenal.
I think that French accent's going to come in handy. So as kind of inspiration, I'd like to share with you a piece of fine art, and I'd like to just get your kind of gut reaction on, what this makes you feel, what this piece kind of evokes in you, and it'll be inspiration for our little story here today.
This is not going to be good. I can already tell. Oh, my bisexual wife.
This is my favorite painting of all time.
Maybe you've seen this around the internet.
Yes.
I have not. This is the first time I have seen this, and I am obsessed with it immediately.
It's so good. I love it.
What's your first thought on this? What's going through your mind?
Well, the title is so funny because as a bisexual, I didn't think that, this is like revealing things that I don't think straight people know about us.
Educate them.
We are literally very much on the fence, looking at both sides of the fence.
Oh my God.
And
I'm learning so much right now, actually.
This side of the fence has some sticks and some unmowed fire. Apparently, it's so orange, like it's either fall or like lava. I can't tell. And maybe the floor is lava, in which case it's good to be standing on a fence.
This is this is really, I never took an art history or art interpretation class in my life, but literally this is the best rundown I could have expected.
I learned so much. David and I have been staring at this for like a half hour, just making dumb jokes about it and not getting close to the real meaning at all.
I saw this earlier
and
this
immediately
week.
You're like, well,
I'm
she's
like,
on
wow,
the fence.
I'm the depths.
I thought this was a dark, like Christina's World type portrait of somebody.
I could definitely see Christina's World. Maybe Christina's World was gonna be called My Bisexual Wife, but
I think that's a better name for it. I feel like
so it's kind of weird.
I think she's like 14.
She's a kid.
Back then, you would wed at 14.
She is based on a like disabled girl.
Yeah.
Who like cannot walk. But in the painting, like she kind of looks like a just like a mobile young lady who's just got a little too far away from home. Like she doesn't really look. Oh God, I'm gonna get in trouble. I'm gonna stop talking.
Okay,
I think that the artist could have represented people with disabilities a bit better in Christina's world, and my bisexual wife may or may not be doing that right now. I'm not sure.
I have no clue what my Christina's world is. No idea what it is.
My
Like
Christina.
my Christina's world. I don't know.
This is why Lucy is a art critique.
Lucy's
jerking off her.
And David is just some guy from.
I am a writer, specifically here. Lucy, do you have any writing experience?
I do. I have 2 articles that have been published, and I have. I guess that's kind of my only professional writing experience. I have written plays. I've written scripts. I have written sketch. I've written a lot of things, but I have 2 actual professional writing credits.
Lucy is literally the most experienced person we've had on this podcast so far. This is phenomenal.
That's horrible.
Excuse me. We've had amazingly talented and hilarious people, almost all of them illiterate. Shout out to Kayla. Shout out to Amr. Lawrence I'm going to drag back here and make him write something. They've been great, though. I'm so happy to have someone who actually has writing experience on this podcast.
Hasn't gotten me anywhere, but
maybe now.
Nice to say.
Hey, it brought you right here, okay? And as far as we're concerned, that's good enough.
So
I'm working on my first ever Fringe play this year.
Oh yeah,
because the price is half of what it usually is because of COVID, and we'll see if they do it indoors. I'm not holding my breath because I think that I will suffocate.
The COVID comedy community is just thriving, really. Like Zoom mics, half cost on Fringe. It's great. I think
we're just all doing Shakespeare in the Park this year. Yeah, that's all we're gonna be.
Open mic Shakespeare in the Park. To be or not to be. You ever been not to be? It's crazy, right?
To bomb or not to bomb. I'm gonna bomb.
Yeah. Yes, please. All right. So the script is based on Amr's prompt, which was a man and a wife walk into an art gallery, some shit like that.
Can I be the man?
Sure. His name is Gerard. He's a French accent. So this script...
Oh, yeah. Definitely give her the French accent.
Yes, I like writing characters with accents because I love forcing David to do an accent. So this script is based off actually, it was a really lazy week of writing for everyone here.
That's for me.
For everyone here, including you, Lucy. What
I did was
too good for the pod.
I had 8 pages of bullshit that I repurposed into this script, and I made about 15 pages. So I think, you know what, and that's a lesson to all you 2 week to writers out there. Repurpose your stuff. No one's going to judge you. No one else is reading it except us. It's going to be great. So I repurposed this, and basically, you'll see what it's all about. It's fun. The main character's name is Ashley. So if anyone wants to be Ashley, feel free. I will read the scene heading.
Well, I will be Ashley then, if Lucy is Gerard.
Great. It happens in Paris.
Oh, yeah.
Lucy, the way this works, we just read through, stop us, and comment, make fun of us whenever you want. We just fuck around the whole time.
I mean, do you need to say that? I was going to do that no matter what.
You know what? Some people need instruction. Lucy, I know how you're better than most people, but I do it for everyone.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Some people don't want to interrupt the genius as they see it rolling off of the page.
That's all I want to
do. David, thank you for calling me a genius. It makes me feel good. I appreciate it. I needed that today.
You know what makes me feel good? Destin.
Well, you know,
like the Ghostbusters song.
Showing up an hour late to the podcast. Busted.
Busted in with the jokes and the semen.
Right. Okay,
I'm just getting into this Gerard character, okay?
You get vibe. All right. Interior, art gallery, 9 p.m. A man and woman stand in front of a painting in a large, opulent art gallery. Gerard, late 40s, graying hair, wearing an expensive navy suit, stands next to Ashley, early 30s, long blonde hair, wearing a bright red dress in front of a painting. The painting is My Bisexual Wife by Narcocleptic.
So what do you think, huh?
Oh, it's beautiful. Makes me feel a bit homesick.
Oh, oui, it is beautiful, but not as beautiful as you, though.
God, no.
Oh,
Jesus.
stop, Gerard. You're spoiling little old me. We just met and you're already taking me to such fancy places. I was always told the French were all uptight and snooty.
And from my experience, Americans were fat slobs. But we seem to be the exception to the rule, no?
So there's really some subtle pointing observations about different cultures' expectations.
Some subtle acting choices as well by David and I.
Yes, you know what, guys, this is an intellectual podcast. I'm happy we're displaying that.
Okay, wait, what is David's accent? Because I thought it was British, but then I can tell it's Southern.
It's supposed to be Southern, but at the start it was accidentally British. And I was having a crisis where I couldn't slip into Southern.
Oh,
Ashley giggles. All right, so let's continue. We just ended where Gerard called Americans fat slobs. Ashley giggles flirtatiously.
Ooh, we.
They go in for a kiss. As they kiss, we see Ashley's hand reach into Gerard's pocket and pull out his cell phone. She slips it out of sight as they end the kiss.
Oh, I'm not supposed to notice. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Magnifique.
Ashley looks at Gerard smiling, and then her eyes, it's supposed to widen. She points to another painting behind Gerard. This painting is called A Little Bit Tropical Painting by Nina Stojanovic. You don't have to look.
Another painting. I didn't.
There's two paintings. Google it at home if you want. It's pretty.
Oh, what's that one, Gerard?
Gerard turns and begins explaining the painting.
That is a recent acquisition from Greece. The artist is suspected to be a vampire.
As Gerard continues to explain, it was very late at night when I wrote that. As Gerard continues to explain the painting, Ashley puts a USB stick into his phone. After a few moments, the USB shines a green light. Ashley removes it and then starts listening to Gerard again.
But after offering for half zebras from the zoo, we were able to make a deal and get the painting here.
My, oh my, that's so fascinating. Thank you again for showing me around your gallery. I never had the chance to see such things before.
Oh, it is my pleasure, mon chéri. I only want to have a lovely night with you.
Well, I am having one. I think I'm ready to leave.
Gerard has a big smile on his face. Cut to exterior art gallery. Moments later, Gerard and Ashley walk outside holding hands. As they walk, we see Ashley slip Gerard's phone back into his pocket. After a few more steps, they come to a stop and Gerard pulls out his phone.
Shall I call us a car to continue the night?
Well, hon, as much as I love spending time with you, I think I'm going to have to end the night.
But Daisy, my lovely flower, we were just enjoying each other's company.
And as a lady, I think I'm going to go to my hotel before we enjoy anything more.
Ashley leads into his ear and whispers,
It is only our... Why am I doing the French accent? It's only our first night together. Let's save something for tomorrow.
Well, at least let me get you at least let me call you a car.
I will walk. It's a lovely night here in Paris. Let a girl enjoy it. Oh, she's just in Paris?
Yeah, they're in Paris. I feel like that's not important till this moment.
Well,
Ashley walks down the steps away from Gerard.
I'll call you tomorrow.
Ashley yells back without looking.
I'm sure you will.
Ashley walks a few blocks and turns into an empty alley. As she walks, she pulls out her phone and makes a call. Her accent is completely gone.
It's done.
I mean, that's the voice you're going to do it's just a regular person, David. You're choosing this voice of all voices. I want you to commit right now. Choose
My name is Ashley, and I'm an undercover of some sort.
If you want to do that, you can.
It's done.
It's get her done.
All right, I'll play Jerry.
Jerry, the cable guy.
I'll play Jerry. Jerry's Australian. I feel like this is a very important character.
Oh, Christ. Are you really going to fucking do an Australian accent?
No.
The answer is no.
I'm going to try. So, no, I'm not going to do Australian accent.
Yes. This is going to be good.
Damn it. Good job. We'll see you in a few hours then. That's spot on.
Got it. I see you then. Ashley's been smoking for too many years. That's what.
40 years of smoking. Ashley hangs up her phone, and as she leaves the alley onto another Paris street, she looks out on the street and takes a moment for herself.
Now, what's a girl all alone in Paris can do? I thought she put on the accent again for that one last little line.
That was clever. It was great. It was great.
Tightened her vocal cords up one last time.
All right. So before all this is something I added. The rest of this is something I wrote months ago as like an idea came to my head. David read this. He probably completely forgot about it.
Have you touched it up since we last looked at it?
I made it make sense. It flows better now. But other than
it makes sense.
Yeah, because before it did
it's gonna make sense any moment now, Lucy. Just calm yourself.
Lucy, what you need to understand is that Ashley is a reflection of what David wants to be. She is a drunken ne'er-do-well.
Excuse me. Why are you spoiling the script? Excuse me. Why are you spoiling the script? It's gonna fucking be realized.
Somehow high-functioning enough to be some type of undercover.
Are you seriously doing this? You're doing this right now? You're just fucking... No one knows what's happening yet. We're gonna see in a moment. Okay. For interior, living room, 11:57 p.m. A sparsely decorated single bedroom apartment with basic amenities, couch, table, and TV. Feels like a dollhouse. It's nice to look at, but no one actually lives there. Ashley lays down on a couch, scrolling through her phone as the film The Christmas Chronicles 2 plays on a television behind her. On the table in front of her sits 2 empty bottles of wine, a freshly opened third bottle, and a blonde wig. Ashley's actual hair is revealed to be short and brunette.
This is my fucking living room you're describing.
Yeah. Rockwell, the cat, sits on the couch, purring to himself.
Playing with the wig.
Yeah. Ashley drunkenly attempts to grab the new bottle, spilling some when she does, and bringing it straight to her mouth. As she drinks from the bottle, her phone begins to ring. Ashley answers it, still laying on the couch and holding the bottle of wine.
Hello?
Ash, where are you? We're supposed to start in 30 minutes. My accent's perfect.
I went for a walk. I'll be right there.
Ashley hiccups as she stands up and begins to put on her coat. Hurry up. We need you prepped ASAP. I don't need my ass chewed out. Ashley grabs her keys from the table and walks towards the door.
Why can't you guys do anything yourself?
I'd rather do this part without you too, but Ashley hangs up the phone, tosses it aside, and leaves the apartment. When she closes the door behind her, a broken lock and someone read this in French for me because I'm going to fuck it up. Alloué sign are seen on the door. Guys, alloué in French means for rent. Yeah. I knew that. I live in Montreal. Cut to exterior, Paris Street.
Paris.
This is yes, but what's the language, David, in Montreal and Paris?
You got me there.
I got you there. Lucy, you can play woman. Ashley,
wow, you're trying to fucking push me in a box, aren't you?
Put me in a box, dude.
Do you want to take over?
You're trying to overly gender me.
You're right. Do you want to be the Australian Jerry instead? He has more lines than any character but Ashley. We'll switch right now.
Oh yeah, give it a character.
Who the fuck is Eloise? Is that
Eloise is a one-stop character you won't see again.
Oh, okay. Well, I was really hoping Gerard would be present the whole.
No.
Script.
No. You know what? You can take over. Yeah, Gerard's not coming back yet. You know what? You can play Jerry.
Okay, good. I'm gonna. I don't know. You guys are in charge.
David, give her the character with lines for Christ's sake.
Yeah, so you're gonna be Jerry from now on. He has a lot more lines.
I'll play the Butch Men rules,
and I'll play Igor. He comes up later, and then there's two roles called Guard 1, Guard 2. Lucy, you be Guard 1. I'll be Guard 2.
Okay, so I am Jerry, Guard 1, Gerard. I have all the G names.
All the G names. You got it. And
Lucy
David, you're just Ashley because she talks so much. She's the protagonist.
Wait, are you talking to yourself? Oh, you're talking to the other David. Okay,
yes,
never mind.
That's the fun part of this podcast. We never know who we're talking to.
David, you or David him?
I love every time someone decides it's like, so it's called 2 Week to Write. There's so many ways to spell those words, and there's 2 Davids hosting. You got it.
We'd like to throw you.
I'm never gonna listen to that.
Yeah. Well, a lot of people have been having that opinion, actually.
Yeah.
Oh no, I was joking. I make a joke. Okay, let's get the scene rolling. I'm ready to act. I'm in the zone.
Ashley drunkenly staggers down the street, drinking her bottle of wine. People give her plenty of room on the sidewalk as they walk past. A woman with groceries attempts to walk by, but Ashley stops in front of her.
Mary, is that you?
So all this is said in French, but I'm going to read the English subtitles because no. No, my name is Eloise. Said in French.
How have you been? I haven't seen you since college.
Ashley gets close and puts her arm around the woman. Said in French. You have the wrong person and your breath smells like turpentine.
This is a very nice stranger, though, honestly.
Yes.
That's a cool move. God, Marie, you've always had an awesome life. Family, friends, getting to go exciting places all the time. What's it like, Marie?
David, I love you're playing her so much drunker than I imagined.
Yeah, she's like
you're like
for
what's coming up, it's gonna be fucking not fit.
I gotta put it together.
It's like Marie Eloise says in French, I am a prostitute. The items in this bag are for a client's fetish. Yeah.
What type of stranger is just divulging this information on the street?
She's a very free person. She's very comfortable with her.
Sounds amazing.
Guys, I should have been Eloise. What the fuck?
You should have been Eloise. Well, at the time, we didn't know she was a cool prostitute.
Wow, I'm so sorry, Lucy. I sent you the script an hour beforehand. It's fine. You didn't have to read through it.
You sent me the script?
I sent it to everyone an hour ago. Like 2 hours ago now.
You were on a walk. It's all right.
Ashley drinks from the bottle and looks at her phone.
I gotta go to work. I'll come visit you and the family soon, okay?
Eloise stares in confusion as Ashley walks away. She shrugs and resumes her walk. After a few steps, she looks at her grocery bag and notices the baguette is missing. She turns about and sees Ashley is already out of sight.
The implication there being that the baguette is part of some client's fetish.
Yes, but
I like that. I have two interpretations.
Yeah.
Either he likes the baguette up his ass, which I feel like would not be easy to do.
No.
It's an experienced man.
You'd have to put a condom on the baguette, which would crush it. You'd need like a baguette condom, which I don't think they make. Or you could just use the bag that came in, I guess. Yeah, okay, or that. But I feel like
how stale is the baguette?
It's
a fresh baguette, guys. Like, this is France. You think they're not going to get a fresh baguette? What's wrong with you?
There's no such thing as a stale baguette in France. Like, that's a good point. But then the butt would crush it, or he was getting beat with it, which is also
a possibility. We don't know what it's used for. We do know Ashley stole it.
Maybe he fucks the baguette. Okay, continue.
If it's very fresh, I get it. I get it.
Cut to exterior Paris Alley, 12:23 a.m. Ashley stumbles up an empty alley, using a wall as support as she approaches a large steel door with a sliding slot. She takes a moment to finish her bottle of wine, and once she is sure it's empty, she breaks it against the steel door. Stamping and shouting is heard before the eye slot is open. Ashley stands in front of the door, gnawing at her baguette.
Fucking hell!
The steel door opens, revealing Jerry, 30s, muscular Australian, standing dressed in dark, nondescriptive clothing.
Where the hell are you?
Ashley flashes her reindeer and candy cane mismatched socks, one of which still has a price tag on.
Getting into the Christmas spirit. It's the best time of year.
Okay, I think I need a moment to get into this Jim Jeffries voice that I'm about to try to do.
Gotcha, yeah.
So, where the hell are you? That's kind of close. I feel like it's more Aussie than British. So I'm going to give this line a shot. It's fucking February. Ash, how cunted are you?
That's close. Yeah, you do. I think that's a step in the right direction, at least.
That's not a fair question. You don't know I like to count when I drink.
Or ever, really? You're going to spew sick.
Ashley shakes her head and stumbles from the motion. Jerry sighs, looks at his watch, and then looks Ashley up and down.
All right, fuck it. Come on, then.
Jerry leads Ashley through the steel door and down some stairs. The stairs go down to an old abandoned basement that's been repurposed into a wine cellar.
This shit getting a bit old, Ashley. Can't you drink after the job or do coke like a normal bloke?
perfect accent, by the way.
It's getting so much as you
That's
progress.
so
It gets so
much.
good.
I don't think it's good, but I'm trying. I'm really trying to be. I'm Jim Jeffriesing this, or Jim
I
Riesing.
think that's what we needed.
I can't take credit for that. Nick Flanagan has a character called Jeff Jimries that I think about on a regular basis. The name alone is amazing, but let's go on.
It sounded good.
You know I work better when I'm loose. I've a deviated septum.
Ashley reaches out and grabs a random bottle of wine from the cellar wall.
Yeah, and my dad's diabetic, but it doesn't stop him from fucking hoes named Candy.
Jerry and Ash. I think that's a great line. I was
Is
so
that even
happy that joke.
Australian? You should for a deep cut.
Candy.
You should have found.
Now I'm getting like
You, I think you were getting really good there.
I went Scottish at the very end, but other than that, was
Yeah.
very good.
Candy.
As a deep
Fucking
cut, you
old
should have
name
found
candy.
an Australian candy that has something that could be a person's name.
I feel like that goes the joke
Candy.
unless you know that specific Australian
Candy.
candy.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Then all the Australians watching are like, "That was a good deep
Yes.
cut."
Is
Because
it
fan of this
Candy
writer.
or Candy?
Candy.
Fucking
It's candy.
old
It's
name
not
Candy.
Candy sounds like Mike Myers.
Candy. Candy.
Candy.
Candy.
Jennifer
Because-
Lopez. That's
All
like
right.
the one way. That's a
Oh,
cheat
yeah.
to get into. You
Yeah.
go Jennifer Lopez. It's fun to say her name.
Rise of Lights.
Yeah.
Rise of Lights.
Okay.
Jerry
Rise.
and Ashley walk into a section of the cellar that is cleared out and turned into an impromptu computer control center. Standing in front of some computer screens is Igor, Eastern European, 30s glasses. Igor, looking at the computers. Cutting it close. 4 minutes before we lose our chance.
She's here, mate. Us better than usual. Stop prepping her.
Hey, I'm the reason we have a chance. Without me getting this guy's phone, we couldn't even get this security.
Yeah, we're all proud of you. Now shut up and let Igor suit you up.
Jerry goes to a table and starts grabbing random gear. Igor walks over to Ashley and takes off her jacket and starts putting harness on her while she drinks her wine.
Guys, you miss me, Iggy?
It's Igor. Do you remember the plans?
Of course I do. You and I escaped this life of sin. We go to some tropical paradise. We get a small cottage on the beach. We live a life full of sex, love, and joy for a few blissful months. But then you get bored of me because of your voracious appetite and leave me for some young island girl. Then I spend the rest of my life as an old hag in the home you abandoned, lamenting all the mistakes I made in life.
As Ashley says this, Igor and Jerry place tactical gear on her, such as a harness, belt, and ear mic. They lead her to a wall of the basement as a manhole near the ceiling and set up a ladder leading to it. A terrible plan. I burn easily, prefer men, and ambivalent towards your company. Now up the ladder.
And leave the fucking bottle.
Jerry takes the bottle from Ashley's hand.
You guys are terrible drinking buddies. You know that?
We're at fucking work. Climb.
Ashley climbs up the ladder and pops open the manhole. She finds herself in the middle of a museum with antiquities and artifacts all around her. Ashley presses the intercom in her ear.
All right. What am I stealing again?
End scene.
I like how you have the most diverse cast of white people. You got white people from Eastern Europe, Australia,
Any
Western
one
Europe.
of these people could be black. I didn't say Jerry's a pale Australian. I don't give a fuck. They could be anything. I just like accents. It could be any accent. I don't
You
care.
have every accent in this.
I like diversity in accents only. I don't care what who anything else. Just give me accents.
Give me accents. Give me accents. Give
So
me.
yeah, it's a heist script.
I'm obsessed.
Amazing.
I really think that it's funny that like most people would probably cast me as Ashley, but I'm really loving that I get to be all these different men.
I mean, here's
All
the
these
thing.
different. I'm imagining like a Jason Statham type for Jerry, like very like serious and focused.
Very angry a lot. Yeah.
But bloody hell.
Yeah. Yes, exactly.
Okay, cool.
Igor is just the straight man essentially. He barely talks when he does just do the
A
job.
straight man, but he's in the closet.
He openly likes men.
He's openly. He's an
openly gay straight man. Yes. All right. Let's continue on.
Hell yeah.
Even page to go. Cut to so interior museum artifact exhibit 12:30 a.m. Ashley stands above the manhole cover, looking around at the items on display, presses her hand to the mic in her ear.
Seriously, is this a smash and grab, or is there like specific thing I'm getting?
Cut to interior wine cellar, continuous. Jerry stands on the ladder, looking at where Ashley just left from, while Igor is monitoring the computer screen.
I fucking swear, Igor, she's doing it on purpose.
Igor to the mic, ignoring Jerry, center of the room. Cut to interior museum artifact exhibit continuous. A silverware set is placed in a glass case on a high pedestal. There is a silverware set put together from different figures in European history. Catherine the Great's plate, Henry VIII's knife, and most importantly, Louis XIV's spoon. Our client wants the spoon, so you have 3 minutes to get it before the cameras are back on and a guard comes in. Ashley takes a large rectangular contraption hanging from her belt and adheres it to the wall behind her.
Wait, we're getting paid $500,000 for a spoon?
Yeah. What of it?
Ashley presses a button on the device and a rod slowly extends from it parallel to the floor until it reaches the pedestal.
I just went on a date with a way too grabby, rich, French art collector asshole for a spoon?
Ashley hooks her harness to the rod and lifts herself off the ground. She pulls herself along the rod until she reaches the pedestal.
That's right. You knew and agreed to this when we planned out this job.
This is why I can never find a nice guy. I keep fake dating them and only rob them later.
I'm sure that will make a great bio on a dating app.
You think? It wouldn't scare people off?
Nah, that's mostly what a one-night stand is anyways.
Let's focus, please. 2 minutes and a quarter left before cameras turn on. Ashley reaches the pedestal and wraps her legs around it. She reaches for the glass and stops right before touching it.
No pressure alarms, right?
No, the pedestal and case are clear. Only the floor is armed.
Sounds good.
David, you're phenomenal. The hiccups is so good.
Good.
Ashley lifts the glass case and places it under her arm. She places the spoon in her pocket. She begins to put the glass plate case back on.
All right. Good to go.
You did remember to put down the replacement?
Yeah.
Ashley immediately starts lifting the glass case again.
Yes, I had it in my right
Left.
pocket. I swear sometimes I think you guys don't have faith in me.
Cut to interior wine cellar continuous. Jerry is packing away gear while Igor monitors several different screens. Igor knows some guards returning their post. Shit. Ashley, they're coming back early. You have 45 seconds. You have to make your way out.
Fucking perfect.
Jerry turns to her table and presses a remote. Interior museum artifact exhibit continues. Ashley is lowering the glass case, again, this time with the replacement spoon in its proper position. As she does, her vision starts to blur, and the rod holding her starts to retract. Ashley still has her legs around the pedestal, so she's pulled away from it. It starts to tip towards her.
Shit.
Ashley moves her legs to one side of the pedestal and kicks off it, pushing it upright and sliding down the rod. She slides and pulls her until she's fully above the manhole. She unharnesses herself as the rod fully retracts and the device detaches from the wall. Ashley grabs it and jumps down the ladder. Once she does, Jerry closes the manhole cover behind her just before the guards walk in. The crew stays quiet as they listen as the guards make their rounds above, speaking in French. All right, remember, you're guard 1, I'm guard 2.
I remember.
Je me souviens, motherfucker.
Okay. I'm telling you, it's the best way I've ever received caffeine in my system.
I don't know. I'm no prude, but a coffee enema sounds a bit too intense to me.
Listen, it's all going into your blood anyway. If you drink it, it dilutes in your stomach. But through an enema, you get the full effect.
Ashley begins to look queasy in the face. Jerry shakes his head quickly. Kind of like how some medicines are suppositories?
Exactly like that. Espresso just isn't doing the job anymore.
Ashley starts to heave a little. Jerry's knuckles are white, while Igor rubs Ashley's back and puts a waste bucket in front of her. Okay, I'm a little interested, but you do this in your kitchen? The guards leave the room. The moment the door closes, Ashley vomits. Jerry and Igor take a step back.
Oh, I fucking knew it.
Nice.
Guard number 1 is my favorite casting in our podcast history.
I didn't even know it was gonna be like coffee enemas, but I was like, oh, I gotta go like full Disney homosexual on this.
Yeah.
I mean, you pulled it. Does Disney have a lot of homosexual roles?
No,
Okay,
you know,
I want to
like
use the
gays who love Disney.
candlestick, the candlestick guy from Beauty and the Beast as an example.
I think he's just French.
Oh, I thought you meant like when people our age are obsessed with Disney.
No,
I thought you
mean
meant
like
that.
a
Gotcha.
Disney character that's like bizarrely coded as gay, even though they probably don't have a sexuality.
Oh, like Prince Eric.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Or like there's like one of the toys from the Island of Misfit Toys in Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. I think he's a Jack in the Box. And he's like, nobody wants a Charlie in the box. Very, very gay.
That's great. That's great.
I just like, you know, when you meet a person, and okay, in this case, they're like a guard, and you're like, you should have a talk show. You shouldn't be a guard. That's what I love. This little slice of life where this guard 1 is like the most charismatic, interesting person out there, and they're just a security guard at a museum.
Yeah.
Every character I write has their own little world. They're their own person. No one's a blank nothing of a person. They're all
we do the
Or no small
Rashomon.
roles, just small actors.
Exactly.
We do the Rashomon version of this and get to see everybody's backstory before this event.
All right, only 3 more pages. We can do this.
We can do it, guys.
All right, cut to interior hotel room morning. In a well-furnished hotel room suite, Jerry stands in front of the stove wearing an apron making eggs. Igor sits at the kitchen counter using a laptop. A door is heard opening and Ashley is heard stumbling out, appearing hungover. Jerry turns his head and sees this.
There's Amy.
Ashley pulls up a chair next to Igor and sits down.
Ugh, who the fuck is Amy?
Jerry turns around, showing his apron has the phrase "shrimp on the Barbie" with a picture of a Barbie doll covered in shrimp below it. Yeah, I love that. I had to write that.
You need to make that into merch.
I really
That needs
do.
to be a thing.
He puts a plate of eggs in front of Igor and Ashley.
Amy Winehouse, of course.
Ugh. Between that pun and apron, I think I'm about to throw up again.
Away from the equipment. This time, please. 3 battery packs were ruined last night.
I'll try my best.
Appreciate it.
Hurry up and put something in ya. I wanna be out here in an hour and get to the airport early to avoid problems.
Ugh,
He's a very
fine.
responsible.
I know
angry
Jerry's
Australian.
a pragmatist.
Jerry is the guy who keeps the team going. Igor is the tech guy. Ashley's the talent. He just keeps them rolling.
Jerry's like, remember we got TSA pre-check, so
Yeah,
you don't want to be in too early.
Low profile. We'll go in TSA pre-check. We got. Ashley forces herself to eat and drink coffee before asking a question.
Hey, has anybody seen my phone?
Jerry, while cleaning dishes at the sink.
I haven't. Did you have it with you last night?
Yeah, obviously, because you called me last night.
No. I called you back the burner number you confirmed the mission on.
Ashley freezes mid-bite. Beat. Jerry pauses at the sink. Igor pauses at the computer.
That was the burner phone, right? You supplied her with one, right, Igor?
I thought you had it covered. They both slowly look at Ashley.
I also thought you had it covered.
Jerry turns around, anger on his face.
What the fuck, Ash?
I'm sorry. I forgot to grab one. It's okay. We'll find my phone before it's too late.
Igor is typing on his computer in a frenzy. I traced it to an apartment building on Place de la Madeleine. Does that make any sense?
Oh,
Not when you say it, David.
Yeah, Plastella. You sound like a GPS.
Yes, I am. I think I make a great GPS voice. Turn left at the roundabout, the second turn.
You
Now.
sound like a Ben Cardilli bit.
Yeah.
Rest
Rest in peace, Ben Curt. No, I'm just kidding.
in peace.
Is he- That's an inside Montreal comedy joke, folks.
We're not supposed to do this on podcasts, but we always
That's
do.
all we do. It's terrible.
To reference our friends who also don't watch these podcasts.
Okay, continue.
True. Just glad it's not Jason.
The last line was Ashley saying,
I lost my place.
It's right there. It's a bottom
Much
line.
like Ashley's phone, we
I'm
have
sorry, I
no idea where the
forgot to
fuck we are.
No.
Oh yeah, I
Bottom.
broke into an apartment. Relax, it wasn't occupied.
No,
It-
you skipped it. Dave. Okay. Oh yeah, right there.
Oh yeah, I broke into an apartment last night.
You did fucking what?
Relax, it wasn't occupied. It's a furnished apartment for rent.
Igor continues typing on the computer. 41 Plaza de la Madeleine. That's amazing. Unit 205.
That sounds right.
They have a showing in 2 hours.
Shit. All right, everyone pack up. Now, we're going to swing boy, grab the phone, and get the fuck out of there before the cops, feds, or goddamn realtors show up. Ben
Igor-
Card Daily Realty.
You just throwing fucking shade at my boy.
Before that piece of shit Ben Card Dilly shows up.
Next week's guest, Ben Cardilli.
we just trash him, but it's in
Defense is
character
on
the
him.
whole time. So yeah, it's just a character decision. We don't
Yes.
mean it.
That
That fucking idiot.
You fucking sold this guy a shitty house, Ben. That's why he's doing this right now. Igor immediately gets up from the counter and starts packing. Ashley continues to sit down looking at Jerry.
Do I have the lines? Where?
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. Okay. What are you waiting on?
Can I finish my eggs first?
End scene. Yeah, that's 15 pages. From here,
Nice.
Felt like more.
yeah. So I'm gonna write more from here.
That's so
You're gonna
stupid.
write more.
I'm getting bullied on my own podcast. This
I love the
mean, you
shade
did-
in that.
There's a
you
last
had me as a
episode.
guest, so I know
Felt
what you
like more.
expected.
Lucy Gervais is not only canceled; she's canceled this fucking podcast. They've canceled this podcast.
Everything I touch turns to canceled.
So yeah, from here I was gonna write it that they try to go in the apartment and sneak out, but you know who Ashley runs into?
Gerard.
Either that or our girl Eloise. I haven't figured out what I want to do yet.
Oh,
And she's
I
fucking
think
Gerard with the baguette.
Yes, there we
That
go.
is exactly where that needs to go.
Yes,
Or he's getting like the fuck beaten out of him with it.
yes, something.
So
along-
funny.
yeah.
I would
Just
love
like
to see them both.
baguette-shaped
do that.
bruises all over his body.
Yes.
I could see.
Not the
What if?
face.
What if Eloise like has a past as an agent or something? Like, what if they call in the big guns at some point and Eloise shows up?
That'd be wild.
I like that
Like
a lot.
the sex worker thing is the passion project. Her retired career is some secret agent thing.
I like that. I like that a lot, actually. I don't, that can work. Yeah, I know. I like that. I like the script. I like how I can use an old script and put it in here, and it worked like almost perfectly.
Yeah, I think we read that a long time ago.
Just
us.
me and you. Yeah. Before
yeah. I don't think we did anything with it.
before we
But
realized
I
we need
injected
guests.
it with life.
Oh
Lucy,
yeah, amazing cat.
one of our greatest performers so far. Thank you for
Oh,
joining us.
thank you.
We have 2 games we usually play at the end of each of these. I guess we can't play one game anymore. We used to compete between our scripts, like whose script would you produce if you could have to choose between one of ours. I win. I guess I am the only choice.
Well, you're
Still
benefiting.
neither.
Yeah, you're benefiting from our format change.
yes.
Before we used to make people at this point read a whole second script and rate the 2 of them, and it's a lot.
Yeah, we
It's a
realized
lot.
how much life stolen from you from this process. We
You know
kind of.
what I should have done? I should have made you guys read the script for my fringe play.
Oh, we would
Oh,
love
I
that.
yeah.
made you guys read a scene.
We
We
want
would-
to start bringing people read other people's scripts on here.
Yeah, we haven't
Okay,
found
well,
the right
maybe when
way
the
to
play-
ask the community, but we would
Maybe
love
when
to
the
have
play
you
is
back.
over. Maybe when the play is done, I can
yes.
bring it back and I can, because it's an all-female cast. It takes place at a call center.
Nice.
Oh yeah, I love that.
I would love
Let's
that.
do
Okay.
it.
I'm
Whenever you
100%
want to bring it on, open
Yeah.
invite. We'll
Okay,
absolutely
perfect.
do that.
All right.
And that's such an optimistic belief that our podcast will be around in even next
in
month. at this
late
point.
June.
I will keep this thing going for as long as I can. I'll record this myself in the corner, reading from a script by paper in the dark if I have to. This
And
thing's never
I-
going to end.
I am determined to
Mispronouncing
tank us.
really easy French words that aren't that different from the English version.
Yeah, I want. I want
Plus-
you,
Plaza de
Madeleine.
Madeleine.
Lucy, as the last person I hung out with in Montreal, as a friend, I want you to know, and everyone listening,
Why did that hurt my feelings?
because you weren't there. I don't know.
And I'm
When's
fragile.
the last
And
time
I'm
you were here,
fragile.
David?
Yeah,
You
probably.
left way before anyone else. I want
True.
Yeah, you're the first to go.
Yeah, I want you to know I cannot pronounce any word in any language. Me reading the screen heading, I think I mispronounced several words in words I wrote.
You
So-
are. Have I invented the fact that you're dyslexic, or are you dyslexic?
I'm not dyslexic. I'm
Never
just
mind,
incapable
sorry.
of talking properly like a normal fucking human being. So that's why I got into podcasting.
Nice.
Yeah.
And,
All right. So
and featuring French words in your scripts.
yeah, I'm a bold man. All right. So before we end things here, Lucy, what we like to do is surprise our guests at the end by forcing them to give us a new prompt to write the next script on. Do you have any ideas?
And just for context, this prompt was from Amr saying a guy walks into an art gallery.
Yes.
So it can be
Okay.
as general as just an image. It can be a sentence. It can be a flower, whatever.
I like the idea of maybe you guys being farm animals.
Oh my God, I love that.
So
I love where this is going.
my first instinct is for you guys to both be cows.
Oh my God, you ever seen the movie Barnyard? I'm just gonna literally just copy that script.
Is
I
it
was
like
thinking-
is it like an animated movie where the cows? One of them's trans. I heard there's a trans cow in one of these like animated films.
It's an
Oh,
animated
now
film where Kevin James plays Otis, the main character, who has to follow the
Alright.
footsteps of his father,
Sold.
the lead cow, Sam Elliott, and he plays "I Won't Back Down" by Tom Petty in the middle of the song. He beats the shit out of coyotes. It's a phenomenal movie.
Why do I
suggest you all
feel
watch it.
like a Kevin James, what's
Sam
the other guy's
Elliott
name?
is a
Sam Elliott movie.
cow?
Yeah.
Why
Is that the
Sam
trans movie
Elliott-
though? Those are not two actors you typically associate with.
I don't think it's a
with
trans movie. I mean, well,
Okay,
I
think they reference one of the cows this cow used to be a different gender. I saw like a picture on Twitter and they were like trans representation and I was like,
Yeah.
oh, that's almost. I
When
think.
when
Doesn't that
Hollywood
count?
gives you so little that you're like,
Yeah,
fuck
seriously.
it,
Take anything.
we got to run with this one, guys.
The closest I can think for this movie is all the male cows do have udders, which isn't how cows work. So I guess like it almost qualifies.
I
And
would
do
like
you
a
know
nice
the fun
udder.
thing? They usually kill the male cows for veal.
Yeah, they
And
do.
they serve no purpose. You know, cows are supposed to live for like 15, 20 years. They just kill them.
Informatics from our friendly vegan. Lucy Gervais.
Yes. Found a way to shoehorn it in there.
Well, Lucy, thank you so much for eventually coming on.
Would you like to give your plugs again one last time?
Yes.
And
Okay,
and as
so-
we say thank you and sign us out of here.
Okay, so you can listen to my podcast, which is wrapping up soon, but is very exciting. It is the Sex Show Radio. I co-host it with my friend J. Mark Kaplan. You can find it on Spotify and Apple. I'm producing a play in the Fringe Festival this summer. The festival is from June 10th to the 20th. We are at the La Chapelle Theater. The play is called Glenn, Mary, Kate Moss. It is an all-femme, gender-bent, queer version of Glenn Gary, Glenn Ross, and salespeople in the 80s getting at each other's throats. And we're very excited. There is a musical number.
That is very exciting.
If there wasn't a musical number, I wouldn't have watched. So I'm happy you added that.
I love the concept.
Yeah.
It will be available in some way online if people can't make it to Montreal physically.
Yeah, 'cause who knows what's going on?
I hope you bring it
Yeah.
on here. I hope you bring it on here so I can force David to read all the songs.
It's just
we
one
could- I
song,
loved it.
and it's a parody of an existing song. So it's
Beautiful.
not going to be that crazy. But I think it would be funny if you guys maybe picked the characters you like the most from Glenn Gary, Glenn Ross, and then either we'll isolate a piece of the script and bring it on, or I will personally write you your own scene together.
I love that.
Yes.
sounds
That would
great.
be
I like where
really
this is going.
fun.
All right.
Yeah,
Amazing.
let's do that.
Thank
All
you
right,
guys for having me. I am so sorry that I made you wait for so
not
long.
at all. Not at all.
It's all
This
good.
is
We just-
fantastic.
nothing to do,
we spent
right?
an hour hanging out, which is
No
something we
lives
should do
at
more, but we never will. All
Great
right.
accents, good scripts, amazing prompt.
Well,
Thank you, Lucy.
Okay, scripts.
Amazing script.
words on a page.
Listen. Only one of us is the head writer of Frasier with a J, and that's me, guys. All right.
I love you both and miss you very much, and I
Love
hope
you
that we
too.
all get to be in the same room again at some point in this
Yes,
life.
I know.
Yes.
When they open the border, Davo and I will have to march.
Yeah,
our way
I'm
out
coming
there.
across. I'm going to drive from Wisconsin to Canada. That'll be a fun drive.
I get a whole storage locker stuck up there.
Yeah. Do you?
All right. Some other time we'll get into that.
Okay.
All
Is
right.
that a metaphor?
No, quite literally a $30 a month storage locker of my
Oh my
stuff
God.
that I can't get.
All
All right. Well, next week on Storage Wars, Lucy buys David's locker.
See you next time when both Davids are back on 2 Week to Write.